Minutes.
Okay, thank you, and thanks for the introduction and the invitation to speak to you today. As you probably can tell, I was not born in Kilkenny, but I've lived here for 2/3 of my life, and I'm farming 85 hectares. It was a traditional beef and sheep and tillage farm. I'm specialising more in tillage and sheep now, but it's a farm that's been grown over the last 150 years from 7 acres up to 85 hectares. So it's a family farm model. Myself and my children, hopefully one of them, as I said, my daughter, hopefully she's the one that's shown the most interest at the moment. So I hope to continue going forward that Ornia will be the next generation of farmers. So look, as I say, it's a pleasure to be here today, and I thank you for the opportunity. And a lot of this is, I'm not going to say unfortunately been covered, but a lot of this has been covered by in the first rounds this morning. So as we said, you know, look, approximately 135 to 140,000 farmers are engaged in agricultural activity. The average size of a farm in Ireland is 32 hectares. Old money, that's 80 acres. So people who are dealing in old money is 80 acres. I'll bring you down to maybe slide part number 5 and number 6 of that, because the rest have been covered. The average livestock herd of each individual farm is about 69 cattle, and up to 83 cows is the general stocking rate. So Ireland, in all intents and purposes, is a very extensive farming model. When we look at our counterparts in other EU countries, they're considerably much bigger than us. So this is back to the family farm unit that most certainly we have adopted over years and years and years, and long may that continue. So look, other things that have been touched on as well, and Helen said it earlier, but the figures between 12 to 14% was the calculations that UCD have come up with. It was also touched in the previous questions and answers that over the last couple of months, so it's the last month or so, we've now been given a kind of an individual farm kind of calculation on what our space for nature is. Of this, there's also 33% of farms in Ireland are in some form of an environmental scheme, which is 2.5 times the EU average. Now, that's a good figure, but I would probably suggest that figure could be considerably more ambitious. Previous environmental schemes, going back to the previous reps, had up to 70,000 farmers that were allowed into the scheme. So now the present acre scheme is about 30,000 farmers. There was always massive pent-up demand for farmers to engage in a proper, fully funded environmental scheme. So I would be saying today that the ambition for the government should be upped to make sure that every farmer who wishes to be a part of an environmental programme is allowed to access that. Other things too, 1/3 of our farms are classed as high nature value. What that effectively means is there's very little pesticides or fertiliser on those type of farms. So it's farmed at a very, very extensive farming system. Other things that farmers have done just in the last number of years, say the last 20 years, over 6,600 kilometres of new hedgerows been established. 20,000 hectares of wild bird cover is sown every year now by farmers who are anticipating in the previous AOS and GLOS. They're the present environmental schemes that are going out now as soon as we get to the 1st of January. Then a brand new scheme will be designed. 81% of new forestry planted since the 1980s are now farmers. So effectively, farmers are now taking on a lot of the burden that would have previously been there by Creelture and the state bodies. Farmers are planting private forestry themselves. Look, and this has been touched on as well, and I think we need to be, there's some points here that I would like to focus on. At the moment, good agriculture and environmental conditions. So in other words, we are now being expected as farmers to do more in what is effectively a decreasing cap budget. UCD have said since 2006, the budget has fallen in real terms by 17%. That's what farmers receive every year. So I would be suggesting look, that's a problem for us. A fully funded environmental scheme, a fully funded biodiversity scheme is what we're looking for. Other things that I would like just to touch on as well, farmers, the 25%, farmers are now having to do more in order to draw down their basic payments. And that will continue as we go into the next round of the Common Agricultural Policy, starting on the 1st of January next year. Just some of the take-home messages, and I think this is key. This is where we really need to be focused in our mind on. Ireland is an extensive farming system. Our model and all of the calculations would stack that quote up. Since Space for Nature, it's 12 to 14% on farms. My own figure is considerably more than that. It's nearly 16. So other things, 33% of farmland in agricultural environments and schemes, that could be more. There could be more ambition by the government if we were funded enough to do that. Other things that I'd like to just to concentrate on very, very quickly, farmers in designated areas need to be compensated properly. So if farmers have been asked to reduce their farming activity in an area, then they should be fully supported as a result of that. If we're asking farmers to reduce their farming activity, then money has to be compensated in some other way to allow them to at least have a livable income as a result of that. I'm not sure how much time I'm going to get. But I'll keep going until the mic stops. Okay. Okay, look, all of those are very, very key, important things that I would like you to consider, and I'm sure you've been given documentation to that. The most important thing I would suggest is that we have an opportunity to start anew. A new common agricultural policy, new ambition for farmers, if we are to fully be expected to do all of the above. Reduce emissions, increase biodiversity, improve and to make sure that food is available for everybody when they wish. So look, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity again. I could have done with another 6 minutes at least.
I know, Paul. Okay. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you very much.